Hello and welcome to Requiem of the Void. I didn't announce this last time, but they came to the end of Chapter 1. We are now in Chapter 2, if any of you have noticed the title change. We are joined by 4 out of 5 tonight, because unfortunately one of our players is feeling a little bit under the weather, so he's gone to sleep it off on the ship. Too much fermented, whatever it is they drink in Sweden. I am
Fish.
fermented fish in a bottle. Through a straw. The bones really get you. I am joined by Paul.
That's me. That's my name. I play Krenbodek, the monk. That's also a half-orc.
I have just turned all of you down because you spiked super hard.
I may have got closer to the mic by mistake.
No, that's right. Cherry with a C.
Hiya, I'm Cherry and I play Tintai Telula, or Tintula Tentai as my character would say. Nice to meet you.
Sammy.
Hello, I play Marana, who is a street kid Kato.
With guns. And Jerry with a J.
Hello, I play Rhea, and maybe, just maybe, everyone will pronounce her name right this time.
Rhea.
Yes.
Rhea.
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 The halls will ring with the name of Rhea. So as we left off last week, which I can barely actually remember, you'd visited the temple on the unexplored world, which... What did you name the world again? Lizard Splizzard. Yeah. You came across a artifact, which was a small prism on an altar, but unfortunately before you had a chance to actually investigate it, you were confronted by a group of miscreants, led by a rather unpleasant troll-like person. Bo something, I've completely forgotten his name already.
Boger.
Boger, thank you. I've got D&D Beyond open, ready to say his name, but I just didn't look at it. He made off with it, and his ship made off into the void before you had a chance to follow. You returned to Daedalus Station over Talion to report your findings, where you've been given another mission. Can anybody remember what your mission is?
We're going to planet Seran to find out why there's lots of hysteria and violence.
Yes. But before that, you had some question. Well, you were going to the chief engineer, I believe, to get some requisitions in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think we left it off that you were in the cargo bay with the technician and his two compatriots. They were currently watching a screen of a little tiny robots fight each other. Well, of course, you from their perspectives, you can't tell that they're tiny robots.
Robot Wars.
Let the wars begin.
Okay, so I think we wanted to try and get our computer fixed because we
Yeah.
keep ending up like halfway to our target location when we jump. I think that's what we were
Yeah.
doing.
That wasn't very good.
I apparently did not make note of that because I was viciously running through my notes trying to figure out why we wanted the engineer again.
I think you had I think you had some cosmetic damage as well you wanted looking at. If I remember correctly, you wanted the medical supplies restocking.
Yeah, because we
Yes.
have no first aid stuff.
Yeah.
And I want these gauntlets scanning.
Yeah.
That you've already told me what they do.
Yeah. So literally, I'm just gonna go when you go. Can you scan these? I'm like, oh, you suddenly know what they do. But to everybody at home, well, we'll get to. We'll say it when we get to that bit. I remember what they do now. But you're currently all awkwardly standing in the cargo bay with these three guys. Oh, I should really give Should I give tokens for them?
No. Yeah.
I think we're only going to talk to them for 5 minutes and then leave.
All right. Well, I'll put put something up for the main guy.
Yeah,
No.
since he'll be fixing all future scratches as well. So
All the bumps and scripts. Oh, isn't that what we're doing? We're gonna see if we can get a bigger ship hold as well.
We'll try. I'm also trying to find Kren's voice somewhere in my head.
I've found some interesting tokens, which I will save for another time. Can I just have a dude, please? I just need a dude. Well, you guys carry on while I try and find this.
Hey, which one of you is the head engineer?
That'll be me, miss. Have you got... Are you desperate for us? Because I've got some money riding on this.
I mean, we could probably talk and watch at the same time.
Sure. What do you need?
Well, our first aid box is empty. Didn't get that stocked for some reason at the last port we were in.
Well, people just assume that they're full until they're told otherwise.
Fair. We did the same, so I can't complain. We were wanting to get a little scratch looked at on our ship as well.
Sure, I can get my boys to have a look at that.
Oh, whilst they're there, would they also be able to figure out why we're not landing in the correct place when we jump?
What do you mean?
Like, we put in the coordinates and we go off our merry way, and we get, like, dumped outside of the solar system from where we're wanting to go.
Oh, that's a bit weird. It sounds like your navigation's off. It could be a calibration with the engines. I could get my gents to have a look at it, but while they're doing it, do you want to watch them just in case it happens again? So then you know how to repair it.
Yeah, sure, can do. I take out my book and pen to take notes. Ready when you are.
Well, can't really do it here in the cargo bay. We need to be in the...
As I can carry the book and pen, it's just so ready so you can start straight away.
Dramatic pause then. Okay, got you. Dramatic flair, shall I say?
Yeah.
All these guys look far too serious. All these tokens.
Oh. What's this anyway? On the screen?
What?
Like, there's robots fighting?
Oh, I thought you meant actually on the physical screen that you're currently looking at in real life. How?
No, sorry, I was trying to ramble.
So. This is Broken Steel. You've never heard of it?
Oh, never. Then again, I've always got my head in the books.
Everybody roll me a history check.
history.
Oh, right. Roll20's annoying me. There's like a little black notice bar on the side, and it won't get rid of it.
True to character.
Yeah, that.
Two.
Kren and Marana, you have no idea about it. Tentai and Ria, rear end.
Oh no.
The carry-on starts now. You are aware of Broken Steel. It is essentially a competitive sport where people build tiny robots to fight one another for glory and lots of prize money. People bet on it.
Oh yes, I remember now. I think I heard something of it. Who you bet on?
Oh, red. Always red. Red always wins. Most of the time.
got any house robots, or is it just the two of them?
For a second there, I thought you were asking us if we had any robots on the station.
No, like, does the people who hold this sport event have their own robots that try and kill the contestants?
I feel you're comparing it to a fourth wall break, and it's not going to. No, there's no. It's just 1v1 or teams versus teams.
Okay.
Well, if it's all the same to you, fella, I think we'd like to get our ship looked at. Now, we've got a mission for the commissars.
Oh, how did your last mission go? It was your
Tragically bad.
tragically.
We made it out alive, and that's the only plus point of it, really. Got paid.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I thought it was fun.
We found things, so it wasn't all bad.
What
The
did you find?
inhabitant. Oh, we found a huge temple. That's what the only thing on it for some reason.
Yummy lizards.
Yep, there were lizards.
Some idiot set a trap off. I don't know. I can't remember who was that.
Yeah, me neither. Found some shiny rock. Don't know what it did. Didn't hold on to it long enough to find out, neither. Some fella came in and took it right out of our hands.
The
talking of-
engineer starts scratching his head. Oh, that's really unlucky. Who would do something like that?
Talking of shiny things, Rhea, didn't you have something you wanted to do?
Oh yeah. You got a big old scanner I could borrow.
Yeah, not a problem. We've got an industrial one next door. It'll pretty much scan the life out of anything, really. Do you want me to take? Do you want my boys to go give it a look over if you found something?
Yeah. Also, does it work on people? Because I kind of want to put Tentai in it and see what happens.
Why?
It would work. I don't think Tentai would have children afterwards, but yeah, it'd work.
Do you want children?
Not really, but still, why?
Because it'd be fun.
Go on then.
No, I wasn't being serious. You've taken all the fun away now. Unless you want to.
Can we please stop irradiating the crew, please?
I don't think it would be good for safety somehow.
Yeah, we've got medical scanners if you want to use a medical scanner.
Nah, that's boring. We'll just do the non-living thing.
All right. Lad, and he nudges one of the guys watching the TV screen who sort of like has a grunt and like, yeah, all right. And he like walks over and like holds his hands out like, I'll go sort it out and I'll get you a readout for them.
Thanks.
So he wanders off into the next room with then the gauntlets that you've given him. I assume you've given him the gauntlets.
Yeah.
And he takes them away. I'll bring them I'll get them brought to the ship with you, and we'll get what you need to know about them sorted. But could we finish this match and then we'll get started on the ship? Or actually, I've got a spare technician. He'll be able to get started on the ship straight away if you want that.
I think straight away would be.
All right. Let me call him, and then once this is over, I'll come and join you on the ship, and we'll get those engines calibrated. Oh! Actually, the commissar asked me to give you something, and he like reaches over to one of his tool boxes, and he pulls out a drawer, and there's 5 little golden symbols. They look like a little diamond, and then wings coming out, and he's got 5 of them. He takes them out, and the commissar was meant to give you these before you left last time. But obviously you got off in a hurry. I've got them here for you though now, and these are your badges of the Wayfinder, so they essentially identify you as Wayfinders.
Badges! I'll quickly take one and like pin it on so proudly.
Here you go. Essentially, they're just identification. If anybody wants to question you about being members of Wayfinders, then obviously just display these, and you'll be fine. In most cases.
It might have came in handy on the last one.
I pin it directly on the front of my hat.
Well, what do you mean?
When that shiny rock got taken away from us?
Exactly, that dumb rock thing that you were so happy about finding.
It sounds like some miscreants. In civilized circles, that badge might count for something, but yeah, the rebellious lot might not pay much attention to it.
I'm not too sure he was civilized.
Miscreant was a kind term. Even if it makes him second guess or think twice, it'll still give us maybe a leg up in certain situations. I'll stick with it here for now, till I learn otherwise.
You know, I don't have a lot of dealings with the underworld, but if what you're saying is right, and some miscreant, and he does like air quotations, took something from you, I might know some way of you finding out who took it.
Alright, really?
Not personally, but I know where you can start looking anyway. There's a... He points to the TV screen. Funnily enough, it's where this is currently being broadcast from. There's a city on a planet called Ziga. It's outside of the Alliance and the Council's jurisdiction.
What do you think? Want to have a look?
Is it dangerous?
I'm not going to lie to you. It's a bit of a lawless place. I've never been, but from what I hear, it's run by several families, and they like to run their own sort of law, if you know what I mean.
Sounds like fun. Let's go.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Let me ask you this. In your minor dealings with the underworld, as you put it, you ever heard of the name Bogirth?
Bogirth. I've been stuck
He's
on
an
this.
Ungoth, if that helps.
Oh, ugly bugger then. I didn't say that. Nobody, don't tell my superiors. Wait, I am the superior. Damn it. I haven't had a lot of dealings with the underworld as much as you might think. I just know Zieg is probably the best place to find information about the underworld and black markets. So whatever they took from you, you might be able to find out if anybody's in the market for them.
He said
Sorry, Cherry, you cut out there.
he had a boss.
Did he tell you who his boss was?
Nope, I asked, but he wouldn't say.
Then I'm gonna go on the best guess that his boss might be somebody on Ziga. Then again, that's just an educated guess, really, because there's a very extensive black market.
His boss is some dude that uses some sort of apparatus to move around. That's all we got out of him.
He sort of scratches his head again. So does the commissar, but I don't think she's a crime boss.
No, he said male.
She's also a she.
Yeah. Well, I wish you luck, but obviously, maybe keep to your mission for now. Maybe bring it up with the commissar next time you're back, and then maybe she'll give you leave to go to Zia.
And consider it on our radar.
Good stuff. So he keeps glancing back towards the TV. I will be with you as soon as I can, but and there's like a little notification on his gauntlet. My engineer is already at your ship. So he looks down to you, Tentai. Please play nice.
Oh no.
I will.
Yeah, we're gonna probably head back. You enjoy the fight, and I'll see you later.
Quick question: is it always just robots, or do like people get involved in these fights?
Bloodsport is frowned upon in this day and age. But maybe if you go to Ziga, there might be something for your tastes?
Oh, okay. Just curious.
Are you wanting to fight someone?
No.
You just sound overly excited.
Slayer Raining Blood starts playing in the background.
All right, all this hanging around's getting me antsy. Otherwise, I'm gonna start punching stuff. I'll see you guys on the ship.
Oh
And
no.
start scurrying off to the ship as well.
Yeah.
I'll follow.
Rhea?
I ain't gonna wear around here on my own.
Time to get my space LSS out of here. As you enter back into the cargo hold, which again is, as you know, is very tight for the ship that you're in, at the rear ramp, stood looking towards the door, is the very large Bal, the goat person, staring at you. I did mention that they've got blue skin, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
It's like one of the defining factors. He's got blue skin, and a blue beard, and red eyes.
Oh.
And he's got his arms folded and he's staring at you as you approach.
I'll stay quiet.
Did you say something there, Rhea?
No.
Morana?
I'm still not sure about him. I'm just gonna look at him. I'm not gonna say anything to him.
I'll give him a big smile and a wave.
Why again? I see you fixed the alarm.
It wasn't too hard. I've been
Always
told,
had faith in you.
I've been told to assist you with your repairs. Can we get this over with?
I'll stay quiet.
Are you literally saying that out loud?
Yeah, just to him, like, with my book and quill just waiting for, like, step-by-step instructions.
Can we take him with us? If it's gonna shut her up?
I'm never gonna say no to you trying to recruit an NPC, especially a Bal. I'm not qualified to fix your engines, but the cosmetic damage I'll be able to sort out. Was there anything else?
Unsure if your superior told you we've had some navigational problems. Like you say, that's not really your forte, but if you could give it a look, it'll be much appreciated till the other guys show up. Tentai is gonna be shadowing you, just so maybe we can fix these problems by ourselves in the future so we don't bother you.
No, she won't. As I said, you'll have to wait for my superior to do that. All I can do is fix your external systems and anything else that you might need. Engines are not for me to do.
Can you fill up a first aid box?
He snorts like a enraged bull for a second. Actually, of course I can.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
He unfurls his arms and heads towards a storage locker on the side and presses it and starts rummaging around for things and pulls out a full first aid kit, like already stocked and sealed up. And he walks back over to you and then sort of like gestures with the first aid box in both of his hands, which, by the way, his hands are completely massive compared to this thing. He just sort of like nudges towards the ramp.
I take the first aid off him. Out of character at the moment. What does a little bag of sand do? 'Cause I'm gonna try and give him a gift.
A what? A little bag of sand?
I've somehow got a little bag of sand.
I have no idea, and I
Is it
assume
like-
it's a component for your spells.
Yeah, or like pocket sand to throw in someone's eyes.
Oh no, the high
Sand
ground!
I'll keep the sand then.
So, as you try and take this box off this 9-foot tall, well, 8-foot tall Bal person, he's currently holding it in the air at his chest level, which would be about 6 foot, something like that. How tall are you again, Tentai?
I'm like 4 foot, so I'm like just on my tippy toes before I'm gone. Thank you.
He's not letting go of the first aid kit. He's literally just staring down at you right now.
Hi.
I'm waiting
want-
for you to board your ship.
Oh, I scurry back on.
What are the rest of you doing?
Is he waiting for all of us to board our ship?
He is.
Okay, then I shall board the ship.
Me too.
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if the ramp was actually down or not.
Oh yeah, it would be down because you've come off the ship and you haven't been back on yet, so unless one of you locked it. But I think I did say that he stood at the ramp waiting for you when you entered the
Yeah.
the room.
Alright, yeah, I'll just head on.
Okay. He follows you onto the ship behind you all, and then heads. Once you're all on board and in the cargo bay, he sort of like walks past you all without paying you much mind into the galley, where he takes the empty first aid thing off the wall and replaces it with the full one. Well, it's sealed, so you assume it's full.
Well, all right. Thank you very much. Like I was saying, there's a bit of cosmetic damage on the outside, both left and right. Probably in the same locations, to be fair. It's a very tight parking job I gotta get done here.
He rolls his eyes, and I'll get to it right away. It'll take me an hour or so, and then I'll start on the hull damage of the cargo bay.
Yeah, thick atmosphere the last place we went to. I'll leave you to it. I know you do your best work when you're left to your own devices.
He shows up a little bit, like straightens up, and like looks you dead in the eye, and sort of like gives you a nod, and then heads out of the ship.
All right, I guess you got like an hour or so of free time. Do what you want.
We need to get him something nice.
In the distance, you hear Ivaran in his room going, "Oh no, why did I eat all those shrimp?" Followed by fart noises.
Oof.
There you go. There's the toilet humor for the session.
We might need a replacement co-pilot for the flight today.
I'll do it.
I'm glad you realised that.
I am shocked.
By what?
Just that speed of committing to the job. I love it. It's fantastic.
I think I can do a better job than I ran.
No time like now to prove that the case.
Hope you guys don't mind dying.
We do.
Yeah, it's kind of imperative we stay alive, I think.
Well, I'll try my best. I won't actually be flying, so there's always a good chance that we will survive.
I would like to point out that if you feed him the wrong navigational information, you will fly straight into a sun or the planet. Because he will be flying, but he'll be flying on the information you give him.
I just pointed where we gotta go. You tell me where we're going.
Rita's smart. She knows what she's doing.
Ooh, Dairy Queen. So, a little time passes, and if we'll go to the ship map. The wonderful ship map, which I'm so glad at some point in the near future. Well, I say near future. In the future, we will replace with a professionally done ship map. Everyone, get in your bed. You're ill. So, where would you guys like to be currently, like on the ship? As the hour.
Well, we're not.
Sorry.
I was just about to say we're not taking off yet, are we?
No, you still are waiting for the chief engineer to turn up to fix the engines, or look at the engines.
Well, Rhea is going to be excitedly in her seat. New seat. Out there waiting.
Yeah. Kren, what would you like to do?
Kren is going to make sure that Rhea knows what she's doing, and if that doesn't take too much time, we'll spend the rest of the time in his room messing around with a brewer's kit.
What with Rhea? Ooh, my. I'm going to say you can spend like an hour doing that and talking through that.
Okay, cool.
Morana, what would you like to do?
I think I'm going to sit in my room and play with my data gauntlet because I'm still don't know how to use it very well.
You find Snake on it.
Oh!
Tentai, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and water the flowers that I can.
Do you mean the plants? Because there's no flowers on them.
Yeah, the plants. I'm gonna try and water the plants to where I can reach to.
Okay. You can get a chair, you can get higher. Health and safety, eat your heart out. Give me a second, I just need to...
Harana, you're in my room. Why are you in my room?
No, she's not.
I'm in my room.
That's my room, isn't it?
No.
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 I thought that was the one with the broken door.
No. Did you just see me click there?
Oh, is that one mine? Okay.
That's yours.
I apologize and retract all statements.
Get out of my room! But this is my room!
I'm the captain. It's my room.
Look at me, I am the captain now. So as you're talking to Rhea about the ins and outs of the navigation, the hangar bay doors open up. Not the doorway into the station opens up from the hangar bay, and in comes the chief engineer and one of his other lackeys. The lackey's carrying the gauntlet and like giggling while laughing his head off while the chief engineer isn't particularly looking too happy. And he's currently like counting out some credits in his hands and then handing them over to the other person.
Oh no, did Red lose?
He's outside the ship, he can't hear you. And you are in the galley currently, so you can't even see him.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought he was on the ship.
Oh, sorry, I was letting down a balloon. Pretty much the only people who can see him currently are Rhea and Kren, because they're in the cockpit.
Alright, so you think you've got all this navigation stuff worked out, Rhea?
Yeah. Seems easy. I've written everything down anyway. What could go wrong?
I have nothing but faith in you, and it looks like the engineers are here to hopefully make your job even easier. Hello there!
Still in the cockpit, still unable to communicate
You
with
said
his
I could see them, and I'm pretty sure sound can carry that far.
These cockpits are designed to withstand the vacuum of space. You can wave to him, but I don't think you saying hello there would get through the canopy to the person.
I think you find memes transcend all boundaries.
Okay, just gonna go and delete your... There we go. Oh no, I can't Control Z that. Why can't I Control Z that? Why's your old one back?
You've been demoted to your old picture.
That's what you get. So you can wave to him, but I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll just give him the wave.
He sort of like looks up and responds in kind, and then starts heading to the back of the ship to the ramp onto the ship. And yeah, that'll be a lesson to the rest of you. If you talk funny, you're all going back to your old character profiles, pictures, thingies. So he boards onto the ship and pretty much heads straight down the corridor. So he's in the common area. He hasn't bothered like checking. I'm guessing you've closed the door to your quarters behind you, Morana.
Yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't bother going in any of the rooms. He just walks down to about here. His lackey has handed over the gauntlets, so he's holding the gauntlets currently.
I'm gonna go fish them out of his hands.
He hands them. He sort of like. He sort of smiles and sort of hands them over to you, and he holds up his data gauntlet and presses, and a little holographic display comes up displaying what the items are, and he goes, "Pretty rare set of gauntlets, then." Out of character, obviously, they give you +1 AC while wearing them, and make you immune to paralysis.
Oh.
Nice.
And Ivron's not here to fight me for them.
You just hear.
I'm in.
Sorry, Tentai?
I think I'm in the common area watering the plants.
You are. Did you not move your counter? I literally thought you moved your
No.
counter.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Also, this is the common area. This is the galley.
Also, I'm in the galley.
You are.
Okay.
That is where the plants are.
For some reason, I've been thinking with them near the chairs.
No. In the galley. It's definitely in the galley.
Well, all right. Hello there, engineer. I take it the fight went in your favor.
He sort of like looks at you like a sideways glance and like, yeah, moving on.
Like to hear it. So as I was saying before, big navigational issues twice now in a row. We put in the coordinates. We dropped outside the system. Having to ride for another day on this.
I'm gonna disagree with you, friend, and say it's not navigation. And he like starts walking over to make sure I'm not gonna click the hatches over here. He's like, I am gonna check the calibration of your engines.
You're a smart one. I defer to you.
A stupid question. I assume you're putting in the right coordinates and it's saying that you're going to the right place.
Yep. Coordinates are put in exactly like they were given. When we get there, it's outside the system.
Okay, well let's have a look because I think it's probably one of your engines is calibrated wrong. Did somebody want to watch me just so you know how to do it in the future?
Yeah. Tentar,
Yeah?
get your notebook. You're on.
Oh, okay. I scurry through and start scribbling down notes.
So this hatch on the side of the common area, it's about 2 foot up in the air, and he presses the button and it opens up into like a little crawl space inside, and he sort of like looks at this gap and then looks at you and like, I'm gonna get you a chair. Do you mind?
Oh no, there's one in the galley. I was using it to water the plants.
Okay, I'll go get that for you. He goes to the galley, gets it, and brings it back and like props it against the wall and makes sure it's sturdy. And, like, hopefully it's a bit easier for you to get into the crawl space now.
Thank you. I'll crawl in.
So he crawls in after you. It's very tight for both of you, and you have to like lay on your side to get to what seems to be a main control panel here. And so you're laying side by side, essentially a couple of inches apart, and he starts going through the process of like checking the engine systems and the readings. There's a few redlining things that he's like looking at, going, Did you struggle to take off by any chance?
I think the first time we did.
It seems there's been some blowback. But the main issue is, and there's a dial, essentially. And do you remember playing Among Us? And essentially where you had to calibrate the engines?
Yeah.
And it looks very similar to like that. So there's the engine, there's a semicircle, which is like the pitch, and then the engine itself, there's a line coming off of it, and it is a millimetre or two off. So essentially what's happening is when you're punching in and going through space, because this engine is off ever so slightly, you are not going in a straight line like you think you are. You're going a couple of a degree off, so you're drifting off where you're going. He goes, easily fixed. He presses a button and it realigns. Like, sorted. I'll go check the other one, but essentially if you ever have problems like that, that's what you do.
Great, thank you.
He starts edging his way out and like, I'll get one of the lads to give the exhaust ports a bit of a clean out as well, just to try and stop that blowback as well.
Thanks now. I sort like edging out after him.
Nah, I won't make you do a test to see if you fall out.
Oh.
He crawls out first and then lets you crawl out, and then that's pretty much it. The engines are done and he goes to see how the outside's looking.
Well, that was an easy fix. The engine was just like a millimetre off.
Well, damn, that's a lot more simple than I was expecting.
It was for me as well. But we know for next time to check the engine ports. Someone's just going to have to give me a boost into the hull.
No problem. And hey, if we can fix it ourselves, it'll save a hell of a lot of time.
And money.
Yeah, that's true. If we're ever lost somewhere, though, we ain't getting this done for free.
The engineer comes back on board a few minutes later and is like, I forgot to tell you as well, some good news I've just been told about the station. They're finally sending refugee cleanup ships.
Ooh, that's great. So we can go home now?
What do you mean clean up as in clean up?
Sending the death squads. No, I think Terra, would you call it patronization? Essentially, it is taking people home, but it might take still might take a bit of time.
Well, it's a start. And that's the hardest bit to do.
Unfortunately, it's just the people on the station currently. Everybody on the service will have to wait a little bit longer.
Maybe next time we'll be able to park up there and I won't have to squeeze into these little spaces.
Oh yeah, the cargo bays up top. Wonderful, beautiful. They have fountains.
Well, that's fantastic. Fresh water.
Why does a
Fountain.
cargo bay need a fountain?
To look fancy. I say fountain. It's essentially a water nozzle, so you can hook it up to the ship to refill it. The one down here, we have to share a hose between all of them.
Right. Fountain. Got yeah.
I was just trying to make it sound more majestic than it actually was. We don't get a lot of visitors. We're trying to sell the tourism.
I mean, just advertising they have running water. That works.
You don't need a lot of them.
Well, no, the people who made the station did actually make a fountain, but literally you attach a hose to it. Well, a hose comes out of it. So I'm not technically lying, and it is a bit much.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Oh, you know that guy that I didn't exactly get off on the right foot?
Oh, Killiker.
Yeah, what does he like?
You're asking me what a Bal likes. Usually punching things.
I'm not gonna let him punch me. I'm more hoping to give him something just to, like, try and mend things.
I think maybe just leaving him alone will work.
Yeah, he seems to just like getting on with his work, you know.
Bal are a very proud race. I think they don't have a concept of gifts in their culture. So I think giving him something would actually offend him.
Oh, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, go ahead.
What about giving him 10 ties life?
No.
I'm starting to think that you have a serious bloodlust for Hako.
Nah, I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I know about elves type of fun. Weirdos. And he starts walking off.
Not my fault they're a lesser race.
Excuse me?
Didn't say nothing.
Space racism!
I guess we'll just leave it there, shall we?
Everybody loves some space racism! On another note, I've got Mass Effect downloading, which I will be playing at some point. That's full of space racism.
Woo.
So he leaves the ship and he goes outside to speak to Killiker. You now have a name for the Bal. I don't know why you have a name for the Bal, unless you try and recruit him. To speak to him and see how he's getting on. Essentially, the damage needs a little bit of smoothing over and then respraying, but it's not serious work. So within an hour, he's got it pretty much done.
What was the Bal's name again?
Kilka. Klika.
So he's gonna be killed by Sin soon.
Only if he steps in the sea. Or built his house on the sea. Goddamn bloody... Let's build our houses on the water. Oh no, there's a giant monster in the... Okay, no, I'm not getting into that again, actually. I got enough into it on the stream. I'm guessing a couple of people right now are scratching their heads because they have no idea what I'm on about.
I have no idea
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Jerry and Sammy know what I'm on about, so I'm just going to... In Final Fantasy X, there's a giant monster that lives in the sea, and it turns up every now and again from the sea to attack the towns. Killiker is a town built from trees that they build on the water. And then when Sin turns up and tidal waves that shit, they all sit there going, oh no, what a tragedy this is. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you pretty much signposted this.
Yeah, it seems like a lack of judgment on their part.
That was a very silly thing to do.
It's the fact that they don't have, they do that and they have no early warning system of Sin coming. The thing's the size of an island. But anyway, I digress. Essentially, your ship's all ready to go, and they start leaving the hangar, and as they leave, the head engineer gives you a little thumbs up through the, so you can see him through the canopy of the cockpit.
I give him a thumbs up back. Very happily.
And with that, you are ready to set off to Seran.
Alright, everybody get your pre-flight checks going, make sure all the doors are locked down, everything is magnetized in the cargo hold.
I'll do all my checks and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do a quick run around.
I am going to go from my room to my scratching chair.
So, Rhea, you have the coordinates for Seran. Would you like to punch them into your console, knowing that you are now the co-pilot?
Now I am the co-pilot.
Oh no,
Um,
the memes.
Yes, I'm gonna punch the coordinates in.
Good stuff.
With a big old grin on my face.
I'm going to assume you're going to punch in the coordinates as you see them and not alter them.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Kren, you have the information that you need to set off. You have to maneuver out of the cargo bay. So, guess what?
Yup.
Dex check, please.
Without a hitch, you watch.
And the winner is...
Oh.
That's a 2.
I have a dex of 15. Come on now. This is ridiculous. This is my thing. This is what I do. I'm a monk.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
Oh, I'm feeling
God damn it,
very
Rhea!
sorry.
you start going forward rather than backwards.
Wait, how is this my fault?
God damn, they've changed something here. They fixed the engines, but they futzed with something else, I bet. 1 second.
Roll me another dex check. Please don't get low again.
Old man, it's your fault.
So 6 plus 2 for an 8.
These goddamn engineers, they don't know nothing, I'll tell you. They think they're fixing stuff, they just made it worse. I can't move this for nothing.
You panic and slide to the left as crashing into the wall of the hangar again. Roll
I
me.
hope that guy wasn't there.
He's currently in the other room and he just heard that crash. It's like, oh. Could you roll me another dexterity check, please?
Come on, old man.
Give us a bigger cargo.
All right,
We're gonna make
double
it bigger
digits.
ourselves.
You straighten yourself up and start reversing out of the cargo bay.
There it is, I got it. I found it.
The difficulty was 10. It was 10.
Cut down.
The bay's too small. Hang on, I'll make it bigger.
He came out of nowhere, took off my engine. So you reverse out ever so slowly. Now that you're a little bit paranoid, you're going to take one of the engines off, and you reverse into open space enough to get clear, and then you dip down underneath the station and clear of the station completely and out of the planet's gravitational pull. You are clear to jump to Seran.
Alright, now Rhea, that was a little shaky start, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta be more careful. You see what you caused? Now this time, I want you to focus and make sure you put in the numbers correctly.
I thought old people are supposed to know what they're doing.
I'm 24 years old, what are you trying to say?
Oh, I'm older than you.
Yeah, Rhea, old people are supposed to know what they're doing.
I think you're fine. By my racist standards, I am actually still a child.
That makes sense.
Hey, do you want me to give the engines a quick check, make sure they're still aligned?
Wouldn't go
Maybe.
miss.
Maybe that's why we've been falling short. Every time we crash, he's been hitting the engines off alignment.
Alright, there's a lot of blaming going on around here. This is not very crew-like behavior.
No, I wasn't blaming, I was just asking.
Maybe we should double check before we jump.
Alright, you know what? Everyone take 5. We'll check the engines. You make sure that the coordinates are correct. I am gonna have a quick cup of coffee. I'll be back.
Tyne, preemptively, if you're still listening, could you roll me a D100? 10 Ty, are you going to go check the engines?
Yeah, check both engines just to make sure.
Which one would you like to start with? The left one.
That one.
The one that he bumped.
Yeah.
You enter into the crawl space. You go to the screen. You know exactly what you're looking for. It's off alignment.
Oh, I realign it.
Okie doke. Would you like to go check the other one?
Yeah, no, I didn't bump it, but it's always better safe than sorry.
Heading into the other one. It's aligned. It is fine.
Okie dokie. I'll go back to the communications bit. Engines are aligned.
I don't know why, but I can just see Kren currently holding like a white cup of coffee, and it's just like shaking until he tries to take a sip, and then it's deadly still.
Yeah, I'll roll with that.
But yeah, you're currently like in a bit of a holding pattern outside of the planet and the station. But yeah, you're pretty.
How we're looking.
I think that was to you,
Yeah.
Tentai.
We're looking good.
I knew we would be.
Are you saying we're looking good, or are we looking good after you fixed us from not looking good?
We're looking good now. But, yeah, we're looking good.
I don't think we need to read into that any further.
Aye, aye,
We're
Captain.
fine.
All right, strap in.
Already am.
Click.
All right, clunk, click every trip.
Tyne, have you rolled? Give me the number. That sounded a bit wrong, that. And I just realised I haven't
We
even got the...
emerge in the middle of a star.
I haven't even got the, whatchamacallit, ready. Uh... Time. 80. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you, Time.
Oh no.
Not thank you, Tyne. Can I ban Tyne from the chat?
No, because she's a mod as well, I think. I think I made Tyne a mod. If not, I shall make Tyne a mod.
Quick, Jerry.
Your ship's engines roar to life, and although the entire ship, the engines reverberate through the entire deck plating of the ship and the hull, you take off at full speed, and you travel without a hitch for about an hour, and then suddenly everything goes dark. The ship, all the systems shut down, and the Epyon emerges from. Did I even give it a name? Like warp. I didn't call it like warp speed.
You just call it jumping.
Yeah, jumping. It drops out of the jump. I'll just keep calling it the jump. And it takes a second for the entire ship to reboot. You have travelled halfway towards your destination, and then the ship's had enough and just clonked out. But it has started to reboot. You are halfway to your destination, but currently you are in between star systems in the void of space.
Want to do a scan in case something's here?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt while we're waiting for the girl to start herself back up.
I'm gonna say it now. The ship
What?
is a piece of crap.
You know what? That's the first thing you said I agree with.
Epyon, Epyon, Epyon. If people
Those engine.
if people haven't been following us, Epyon in this universe is a cursed tale of stars falling from the skies and poisoning the world. So a good name for a ship. So how long would you like to spend on scanning?
About 3 minutes.
How long do you think?
Just do a quick one, I think, while the systems reboot.
Yeah, that should bring up anything unusual, shouldn't it?
You gotta hope.
In your immediate area, yeah, it'll do a short range scan. So short range scan completes as the systems reboot. The engines click back in, and you are ready to jump again. The short range scan, in the meantime, reveals nothing untoward. There is just space, as
Well,
Tim Curry would say.
at least we've got no one to worry about and once we restart here.
Unless
Ready
they're
to-
cloaked.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, you want to try and head off again?
Yep, second time lucky. I think that's the phrase. Let's go.
Right. Rhea, roll me a wisdom check, and Kren, roll me a dexterity check, please.
Oh, I'm not very wise. I don't like this.
Well, I'm very dexterous, but it doesn't seem to matter.
I'm not very wise.
God damn it.
Where's the nearest supernova?
Tyne, would you roll me another D100, please? Getting the chat involved. Which reminds me, next time we have a fight, we're going to get the chat involved again. Oh, also, as Tyne does this, Mass Effect, as I play Mass Effect, and I am going to stream it, it is going to be chat plays Mass Effect. So I will not be making any choices. The chat will be making all the choices.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's going to go terrible.
I'll be making lots of polls if I can be in it.
Oh, I think just to speed things up, we're just going to turn around and say here are the options. The first few people to say the same thing, that we're going to go for that one. Just to save time.
Okay.
Retreat.
Oh, number.
78. Thank you, Tyne.
It's high.
You
Doesn't mean it's.
essentially, I was just checking. The guys did their checks to see if their Tyne was going to roll again, and they failed, so Tyne rolled again. Once again, the ship roars to life, the engines kick in, and you jump. You head off in a straight line towards your target, travel for a few more hours, and drop out pretty much within eyesight of the target. Seran.
Well, there it is.
It worked.
Kind of.
Are we there yet?
I was just about to ask that.
But there, I think it's just new crew hiccups. We'll call it that.
Yeah, just getting settled, you know. It's only our second mission, third flight.
Exactly. Now, do you want to do the long scan? We got a ass's bit from it the last time.
Do we need to do a long scan? It's a populated planet.
There is a
This is
buoy in orbit which you can download the planet information from, so you don't actually have to do a scan.
Oh yeah.
It's all right. I made this reality. I know everything in there. Well, I make most of it up.
yeah, why don't you get the data from the buoy? Maybe it'll help us figure out what's going on down there. some at least initial clues.
Who did you ask to do that? Sorry.
Tentai.
Okay. Yeah. Tentai, would you like to download the planetary information?
Yes, please.
So, this is the world of Seran, with its only major colony, which is Seran Prime. They're not very inventive with names. There is a trading post attached onto the side of it, which is human, whereas the main colony was originally Kato. It has remained mostly unscathed during the wars because it's out of the way. But since the Terran trading post set up, locals have started to muddle up. So there's a lot more variants of who's down there. It's quite quiet. It stays out of the way. It was used quite a lot during the war as a trade post because people would come exchange minerals, and there'd usually be some sort of like weapons dealer or some sort of supply runner here to exchange those minerals for other things. So it was a quite busy hub, but it's fallen into a little bit of obscurity in the past few years because obviously the war wound down and then the war ended a year ago. And so you find it in its ghost town form, I suppose is the best way to put it. The planet itself is a pretty barren affair. Imagine Wild West world. And
Westworld world?
Westworld in space. A single sun, red dwarf. So there's a bit of a red tint in the sky, but it's pretty much what you guys be used to. The atmosphere has a high iron content, so respirators are advised, but you've already been advised to wear them anyway.
Looks like there's an high iron. I wonder if that's causing anything. Everybody but on a respirator.
Now when
I
you
know
go
iron's good for you, but not that much iron.
Now when you go out in public, remember to wear your mask. Hands, face, spice.
Don't even start with that.
Spice. So yeah, are you taking the Epyon down?
Yeah, we'll take it to. Hold on, because I think this is the first time we'll be landing on an actual like station on a planet. So, is it only really the trading port that would have landing ports, or would the prime colony itself also have one?
So can you see the map that I just popped up?
Oh yeah, I do.
So essentially, I've shamelessly stolen this. I'm sorry, whoever made this. I wish I could draw. Oh,
It's a pet shop.
There isn't a pet shop. If you see where I'm clicking to now, currently.
Yes.
Essentially, this is the trading post, and this is like a civilian landing pad. So you can land there. Obviously, you need to announce that you're arriving, and they have to clear you to land. But then the settlement itself is on the side. Like the rest of it is the settlement, but this is like the trading port.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
All right, Tentai, would you kindly ping the planet to see where they want us to land? Get those credentials out of the way.
Of course. Do what I need to, just put like a little sweet message saying hi, we're the Epyon sent from blah blah blah, and yeah.
So you open the channel and you announce your message. There is no response, as in nobody even acknowledges the message.
This is the Epyon over.
Just static comes
Okay.
back.
I'm not getting anything. Is anyone there?
So, in the buoy and the information on the planet, there is a layout of the settlement and the trade outpost. Kren, from looking at it, and seen the information, you know the landing pads are there.
Okay, cool.
That's a little. Let's just say it's not the best start. I'm gonna take us down, and hopefully we don't get met with too much resistance. But
mean,
just
like
be on the
Trump.
ready. Ha ha, Rhea. Ha ha.
So as you begin to send into the atmosphere, obviously you're used to it, but I'm sorry, roll me a dexterity check.
This is supposed to be what I'm good at. Hey!
Okay, there we go. You got a little bit of resistance entering into the atmosphere, but overall you keep control of the ship and you bring it down quite gently into the atmosphere. There is a crosswind, but it's nothing that you aren't used to. That as you enter the atmosphere and actually get underneath the ozone, you're hit with like the heat of the sun onto the cockpit and to the glass. It is a very warm and arid world, but you've managed to bring the ship down in line with the settlement, so you can see it on the horizon as you begin to descend.
Cool, it's hot. Maybe take a bottle of water with us?
Yeah, I think the environment's gonna be just as much of a threat as the people might be. We'll have to be real careful here.
Don't
As
forget your respirator.
as you begin to guide down, you see the civilian landing pad, which is vacant currently. And it is big enough to house the Epyon quite nicely. It's about twice the size of what you're dealing with on the Daedalus station.
Just building me up to fail at this parking job.
Would you like to roll me a dexterity check to bring the Epyon into land?
I'd love to. I hate this. Okay, it's a 7, not a 1. It looks, the 7 and the 1 on this dice looks exactly the same.
I really wish I could like play music on here, and I just want it to be "We didn't start the flame war." Okay, I'm gonna be nice. You, because you rolled so well last time, you bring in the ship quite gently, and you get very similar to how you did on Talion. You get a couple of feet off the ground, and then let it go, and the ship just drops about a foot. And so there's a loud thud, and you all like bounce around in your seats. But you have landed.
There we go. That was just for fun, just to wake you guys up.
I was already awake.
Just testing you.
Feel like we might need to get everyone's room cleaned.
Oh yeah, he probably didn't appreciate that.
Oh yeah, completely forgot.
Oh, that you had another crew member that's currently ill in bed.
Should we make sure he's got everything he needs before we leave him here?
I don't care. It's his fault he got sick.
Like,
I think we should leave him some water. Definitely. He needs to keep hydrated.
true. Is there any like anti-kidnapping measures we could put here?
We could lock the
lock?
ship.
That's a good start.
Just give him a shotgun.
I mean,
Um,
he knows how to kidnap, so
That's
should
true.
be able to resist it, right?
Before we leave, I'll just knock on his door and let him know that we're leaving.
You sort of hear a groan from inside, but that's about it.
I put a little
Um.
glass of water down next to the door. I put some water down for you.
No Swedish accent, Simon.
Herbie Gerber.
There we go.
All right, it sounds like he's doing better already.
Yay!
So before we head out, what are you gonna do?
Put on a respirator.
Yep, put on the respirator.
Cool. So you find them in the storage in the back of the ship and put them all on and get them all working. Essentially, it's you just put them on and then a light comes on to tell you that it's working. As you open the back ramp down into the world, you're hit by a blast of hot, dry air. It is, like I said, it's very arid. Essentially, to steal Tatooine in Star Wars. It is essentially Tatooine in Star Wars. But
Can you describe Tatooine in Star Wars?
oh, we've just lost 8 viewers. I mean, what? If you currently look at the screen, essentially this is what the town looks like.
Ah, okay.
A lot of sand. There are some... Ooh, I just got reminded of something.
Is it a meme?
Kren,
Yeah.
do you know what you forgot to do this week?
Nah.
So now...
I was gonna have you roll on the table for me, because I'd rather it be random.
Well, now I get to think of a very stupid phobia for you.
Is
I
it
like
sound?
it.
Oh no.
I was really contemplating using it as a fear of flying.
It's getting there. I'm trying to think. You know what? Coffins. You have a fear of coffins.
Yeah, claustrophobia. We'll even round it out, make it even more.
Oh no! Specifically coffins.
Okay, cool.
So last week I asked everybody to make sure they had like something that their character would be scared of. So now Kren is scared of coffins. Rhea is scared of being bound, tied up, kidnapped. Morana, you are scared of, well, you have an intense dislike for water. Tentai, you have a fear of the equine, horses.
Yep.
And Ivoran, after last week, is scared of lizards.
Fair enough.
So I've got one question.
Mm-hmm.
Would Tentai be scared of centaurs, or is it really just the face of a horse?
I think because centaurs have, well, the stuff gathered together, I think she's less wary.
You'd
But
still,
with horses,
you'd still be like, huh? Why is it that way round and not the other way round? Why is it not a human with a horse's head?
no, I prefer the human with the horse's stuff, but I'll still be a bit like, do you have
Wow.
everything fully together?
So centaurs are okay, but Bojack horsemen's a no-no.
So the thing is as
Apparently
well,
not.
obviously, in your mind, you're saying horses as in the horses that we have here on Earth. I have to broaden that out to anything that's equine-like in the universe. So
yeah.
you will come across things, and I'm going to go, that is a horse on this planet.
And I'll be scared shitless. Sorry.
Funnily enough, if you look at the current picture in front of you, which is showing off a scene, a Wild West scene, shall I say, guess what you're going to run into, maybe?
Oh no, I had a feeling.
So you step off the ship. It's very dry, it's very warm, humid, and that sun is very oppressive overhead. The port, there's like a tunnel that goes into the trading port, but you can see that it is sealed, and there's actually a barrier across it, like an extra seal on top of it, saying condemned currently. In the rest of the town, it looks like this.
So we don't see like a single soul.
I don't know, do you? Perception check.
Is this passive?
I'm going to say, well, your passive score probably is not high enough to see the person, if there is a person there.
Okay, hang on, let me roll.
A 20 for me.
A 6 for me.
13.
15.
So, Kren, hiding in the shadows underneath one of these. Oh, I don't know what you'd call it, but essentially on like the boardwalk bit. Boardwalk? Yeah. There is a individual currently hunched up on the floor, rocking backwards and forwards.
No, it's not completely abandoned. There's that guy right there. Or a gal, I don't know. They don't
I
look,
didn't see them.
and they don't look, overly themselves, or they're quite shook.
Well, since I'm the small one, do you want me to go over? I might be less afraid of the small thing.
Yeah, just be careful. It looks small now, but it's bent over. It could be quite large.
I'm a communicator. It'll be fine.
I don't know.
All right, but
if they-
we'll be right behind you.
If they figure out what you are, they might be afraid of you opening your mouth.
Just ignore Rhea and gently move towards a crouched person.
Do you know what the worst bit is? Ray is not wrong. Hako are not well liked.
Oh,
You know, office parties usually have that one drunk, very loud person. That's Hako.
Yeah, it's called Tentai.
So this person is like squatted down on the floor, and like I say, rocking backwards and forwards. They're wearing quite dishevelled clothes. He's got like a poncho over with a hood that's cut over their face.
hey there. You okay?
What? Can you hear? Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you, sweetheart.
No,
You-
not me.
oh.
Them.
Them, dear? You might just be a little bit dehydrated. How about I give you a nice drink of cold water, huh?
Are you gonna try and like offer him a canteen or something?
Yeah, just gently hold it towards him.
He recoils in fear. As he does, you get a glimpse of his face. It is a man. He's Terran or human, and he's very pale despite it being a world like this. He is quite thin, and he's got quite chapped lips, so he's not been looking after himself. And he's currently scrambling away from you into like a little alleyway.
Shh, it's okay. I'll help you.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh. Guys, I scared him away by accident.
Is that behavior normal?
I'm gonna say no, but
I
with something
feel
going
like-
on.
I feel like when confronted with a Hato, maybe.
Could all of you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
No, because I'm not very good at them.
It doesn't matter. Even when you're good at stuff, it doesn't matter. Goodness me.
Never mind. 19.
That's a 6.
Mine was +2, so 8.
14?
Okay. Kren, across the way as you're looking around, for a split second, you think one of the windows is a... Oh, what they're called? Not a caretaker. Undertakers. And it's full of coffins. But as you blink and look back, it's gone. Tentai, in the distance, you hear the neigh of horses. And Orana, for a split second, until you blink, everything is blue. Like there's a tint on everything. But as soon as you blink, it's gone. Rhea?
Did anyone hear?
Yeah, Rhea, you're fine. You don't experience anything. Sorry, Tentai, I cut you off there, carry on.
No, it's alright. I'll cut you off. Did anyone hear horses? I swear I heard horses.
Nope.
No.
Oh, I didn't hear no horses, but I saw that creepy fella over there.
Creepy
You
fella?
see that? In that Undertaker's place over there.
All of you look
I'm
over.
assuming-
All of you look over, and it's currently just a boarded up house. There's no signs, nothing on it.
Ken, it's just a boarded up house. Wait. Ken, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Do you fear undertakers or something like that?
Yeah, a lot of people are scared of those little boxes they put you in.
I'm scared of horses, and I heard horses. And that guy was on about, can you hear them? He said them. Something here is making everyone, like, playing to everyone's fears.
Nah, you guys just going crazy.
Well, it's a bit ironic that we should see something we fear, see/hear something we fear, and just as we land.
If that is the case, we don't know yet, but that was fast. Whatever is happening in here is powerful. If it can hit you like that.
Well, the respirators don't seem to help with that, do they?
In the distance, you all hear a scream.
What was that?
What was the scream?
Yeah, that was definitely real.
I heard that. Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Keep the respirators on, though. The air isn't exactly great, even if it isn't an airborne thing that's freaking people out.
As you head further in towards the scream, you see more and more of this town, and it's just dilapidated. It's not being looked after. There are shadows moving inside the houses, but none of them stay too close to the window or don't meet your gaze. And there are individuals in the alleyways, but as soon as you look towards them, they vanish and disappear off. You get to the centre of town, and in the centre, there is the government office. But somebody has very crudely made a sign which says Mayor's Office, and it's been hung over the top. It is the only building in town that looks remotely clean and looked after.
That's odd.
Judging from when we heard the scream, did it sound like it came from here, or like, do we think we're close to where we heard it?
You are close to where you heard it, but from where you were to here, you can't really. You only can judge the direction. You couldn't tell over like the dry heat, and everything, how far away it was.
Okie dokie.
Do you think we should pop in?
It's the only place that looks even slightly welcoming. I wouldn't even put that word on it, but yeah, sure.
It's more built up than the others. Maybe the answers are in here.
Or maybe our deaths. Ooh. Let's go.
Rhea, do me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, this is where I fail. 12.
You go to take a step forward and your feet are wedged in the floor. It's like you've sunk a few inches in, and you've sunk a few inches in, and you're restrained by the floor currently.
Let's not go in here.
Why?
Mostly because I can't move.
To the rest of you, Rhea is struggling against some sort of Rhea is struggling against some unseen force, like something's locking her in place.
Can I shove her?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shove you.
I'm
Now you
gonna-
can move.
You go stumbling forwards, Rhea, and suddenly the illusion, the thought that you were stuck in the ground is no longer there.
I think there's something funny going on here.
Did you forget how to walk or something? What's wrong with you?
Well, you know, you're talking about all your fears and things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a fear of not being able to move or like control my body. You know, like, being tied up, that sort of thing.
Oh.
And yeah, my feet sunk into the ground and I nearly freaked out a little bit.
Well, you definitely kept your composure. Well done. I think we're just gonna have to try and keep a level head in here.
You'll be fine. I'll just shove you again.
Can I do an Arcana check? See if there's anything magical in the air or anything.
No, that would be detect magic.
And that sounds like a spell, which I don't have.
Yeah.
We're not very magic heavy, this pie.
No.
You know what? I think Andreas might actually have detect magic, which is the worst.
Don't say that.
All right. We're not gonna get anything done by just standing around here. I know the place looks creepy as hell, but we're gonna have to go in one way or another. It's the only way we're gonna find anything out.
I
So
agree.
come on, let's get in there.
Okay.
Maybe
We're
if we all
wayfinders.
hold hands, like hold
I'm
hands.
not holding your hand.
Don't touch me.
I'll put my hand up to be hold. Just if it makes you feel better.
Yay!
I will begin walking towards the government mayor's place.
The doors slide open without essentially the electronic doors, and they just open up easily enough. Inside is air conditioned. It's lovely.
Ooh. Oh, that feels so good.
Can I take my mask off?
Maybe when the
I'll
doors
keep it
close.
on.
As you enter in, there is a receptionist desk. There is nobody at the receptionist desk. There are 2 staircases heading upstairs to what look like archives on the top floor. And then there is a entranceway, like either side of the receptionist desk. It sort of like curves into another door into another office.
Hello?
No answer.
I might just get them off again.
Maybe.
Is there like a space version of like one of those bells at the front desk you can hit?
No.
No.
Well, where do you want to go?
I guess we start on the bottom floor, work our way up. Let's
Sounds
start
like
with the
a plan.
left.
The Kren will head towards the left-hand side.
Rhea, do you want to start with the left with me? Get more ground covered?
Out of interest, what do you mean going left and right? Literally, they both curve towards the door behind the receptionist desk. Right. Is that going to draw, is it? Or is it... Right, so there's the room you're in currently. There is a receptionist desk here, please excuse my horrible. And then it's all like curves behind. There is a plate of stone here, and then there's a door behind it here. So essentially, the only places you really have are the stairs up here, or into these curves and to the door behind the stone plinth.
To
Does-
the door.
Yeah, I guess we just head towards the door.
Literally, by the time you get to about here, you'd see that there's a door here. Literally, all it is when you're speaking to the receptionist, you can't see the doors opening and closing behind the stone plinth.
Yeah, okay. So we would have just went left, and then when we saw the door, just head straight for the door, since we're just clearing the bottom floor first.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to... Okay, I can't get rid of those blue drawings now. That's great. No, well, I'll sort it out after. So you go into the door, all of you.
Yeah.
Who is opening the door?
Before we go to the door, you said there was a receptionist desk, right?
It's a wooden desk, yes.
Is there a computer or anything like that?
No, there is not. I'm just trying
Okay.
to move it forward so we can get to the next room.
I'll open the door.
Tentai, do me wisdom saving throw, please.
I got a 12.
As you touch the door handle, you just suddenly hear the clatter of hooves behind you.
I whip to look around, just like, why is that who's?
What are you talking about? Nothing's happened.
Sorry, heard horses again. I'll open the door.
You open the door into a very large, spacious mayoral office. Essentially, it is a fancy office of you'd expect to find in any sort of like politician. And there's a large space, a couple of chairs, a large desk, and then a large backed chair, swivel chair. And as you enter into the office, all four of you, like as soon as you make it in, the chair rotates round, and in it, prepare yourselves for my terrible drawing skills, because it's cheaper than getting somebody to draw it. Is a... Why is his head cut off? Damn it. There is an individual in a long black leather trench coat with the sleeves rolled up, and he's wearing sort of like a full body suit underneath, but obviously he's rolled it up and you can see his forearms. He's wearing military grade gloves. Essentially, the jumpsuit that he's in, or like the suit that he's wearing underneath the trench coat, is military grade. And he's wearing an EVA helmet, military grade again, with a chip in the visor, but it is black, like a gemstone, like onyx, essentially, like a great white's eye. So it's shimmering black.
Hi.
He has his arms on the handles of the chair, and he leans ever so slowly towards you. Almost, you can sort of hear the chair creaking as he leans forward. Hi.
How long has this town been unsettled for?
What a wonderful question. What a wonderful answer I can give you as the de facto overlord. I mean, mayor. I'm the mayor of this place. Did I say hi? I did, didn't I? How are we all today?
Hi, yes. Oh, we're good. Just
Good stuff, little one. Rest of you, names now, please. I like welcoming visitors. There's 3 things I like in this world. Those little pizza things they do on Earth, Terra. Going for long walks in the desert and getting to know people very personally. So please, let me know who you are.
My name's Marana.
I like you. Carry on.
My name is Beyonce.
Don't like you, you're lying. Anyway, big guy, what about you?
Name's Cran. How are you?
Love the beard. Good stuff. Little one, what about you?
I am Tentai. Nice to meet you.
The pleasure
Um,
is most
What's your
definitely
name,
mine.
Good sir? What's your name, good sir?
He sort of like cricks his neck a little bit and like stares at you as you spoke over him and like,
I didn't
Bail.
mean to speak over you.
oh, you did it again, god damn it. Oh, we're gonna have fun, little one.
I really don't mean to. Just unfortunate timing.
Well, I said my name once, not gonna say it again. What are you all doing in my wonderful town?
We were sent to have a little look around to make sure nothing too bad was happening. As you can see from the brooches.
I haven't had a clue what that is. But as you can see, this place is wonderful. It's lovely. It's paradise. And anybody who says any different has to answer to me.
I was talking to one of your residents. He seemed awfully afraid, and he was talking about how he could hear them.
Oh, Bill is crazy. Ignore Bill. All of you roll me a perception check.
$15.
13.
Okay. Kren, Rhea, and Rhea, Morana, and Kren. He just pulled that name off thin air. Tentai, you believe him. You believe that Bill needs help, but the rest of you, you know that he's just pulling a name out of his ass.
Forgive me. Assuming you're the mayor here, you're familiar with the council. Is that correct?
I am the council. Actually, I'm joking. What are you on about?
The council, you know who that is?
Not the foggiest.
Alright, I turn to the rest. This guy's not the mayor.
I think he's crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting that gist too. He lied about Bobby.
He what?
What? Bobby, it's not a real name. He just pulled it out of his ass.
I thought I said Bill,
You
but
said Bill.
yeah.
Whatever.
No, I like it. Run with it. As you're all currently around with this huddle, I'm guessing you're all like huddled around each other.
Oh yeah,
No,
like completely
I-
turned around.
I'm not. I'm quite curious. I'm just looking at him with my head cocked to one side.
So Morana, you blink, he's no longer there. He's now in the huddle with the rest of you, with like his arms round Kren and Rhea.
Whoa, dude.
So, what are we talking about? Will you be my friends?
Well,
I'll be your friend. No one's ever asked me to do that before.
I can't
We're all
imagine
gonna
why.
die.
Don't be so pessimistic. You're only terrible on the ship. I mean, what? No, he literally just said that to you.
Alright, I'm getting some funky feelings. I'd really like you to unhand me.
Okay. I see how this is, and he sort of like backs off. I know when I'm being a chauvinistic pig, that is just... I'm just trying to be friendly. But you just throw it back in my face as I'm overbearing, and you just don't want the attention. I know what it is. Okay. Okay.
Some people don't like all the attention.
Sometimes it's just easier to throw stones, though.
And I don't think we need to get to that. Why don't you come talk to me? I'll be your friend.
Cool. Can I get piggyback rides?
Oh, I think I might be a tad too small for that.
Do you know what's really good at riding, though? That sounds wrong, but I'm going to continue on the sentence anyway. But do you know what's really good to be ridden? And he like scuttles up to you, Tentai, and leans in. Horses.
Oh, I like to keep my distance from them.
Don't you just? How about this? I've got some mood lighting as well. It would be better to soothe the atmosphere. And he claps his hand, and the entire room just turns blue light.
Can I hide under the desk?
Yes, I will.
Oh,
I will let you.
I'm hiding under the desk.
oh, I don't think my friend likes that. But thank you so much for the.
Good stuff.
the-
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I find red more soothing. Can we have red mood lighting, please?
All right. Claps his hand, and it turns like a red glow in the room.
Ooh, that's better. I climb out.
So, how long have you been here for?
He starts counting on one hand and moves on to the next one and keeps going like 8 days. 3 by my count, but that's not right.
Three by your count?
Queer?
Well, you said you were here 8 days. 3 by your count, but that's not right.
Yeah. Because I'm sure there's more than 8 days in like 5 years.
You've been here for 5 years.
Yeah. That's been that long, hasn't it? I've had so
Well,
much fun here.
Ooh, what do you do for fun?
Well, I was in an escape pod. I'd been shot. I landed on this planet. I crawled my way here to this town, where they didn't particularly want to look after me because of this uniform I was wearing. So I made all their nightmares a reality until they helped me. And then when I was better, I made myself mayor. That's how it works, right?
Don't you think... No, I'm sorry. They've been very nice to you and healed you up. I think it's time to let it all drop down now, don't you think?
No, I enjoy it here.
Well,
Wouldn't it be more fun to do it when they least expect it?
Do you mean disappear, lure them into a false sense of security, then BAM! Back to Nightmare City?
I mean, yeah. But not disappear, just like stroll around like it wasn't you.
He starts like stroking the chin of his mask as if he's got a beard there. Like,
Or you can come back with us and talk and see if there's somewhere else more suitable for you.
talk, discuss my problems. Well, if you really want to. And he goes back over to his desk and sits back in his chair and then puts his feet up on the desk. It all started when I was a young boy, and my father failed to take me to the parade. Oh, that was the beginning of the end, that. And then the cheese went off. It was a terrible Tuesday.
I'm so sorry you missed the parade. But surely we can work around this, right?
Do you know what there was in the parade? Horses. Lots and lots of horses. As far as the eye could see, actually. And then there was a lot of people in chains dragging coffins. All the while this blue strobe light thing went off. Ringing any bells? triggering any triggers?
I don't remember this parade.
Do you want to see it?
No, I'd
Oh,
rather
no,
just
no,
talk.
no.
I like talking to you.
I like talking to you too. Those two, and he points to Kren and Rhea with like one hand and two fingers, like those two.
Do I recognize the military outfit he's wearing?
I'll let you roll me a history check.
No, 8.
So literally, you recognize it as a Terran military outfit, but the specifics of it you don't. The jacket he's wearing, like the overcoat, he could have stolen it from anywhere. It's black leather, and like the underneath it's black and dark blue. The like leather. Well, it's like a synthetic material. It's not leather.
All right. So let me get this straight. Your daddy didn't take you to the parade that you somehow know so much about, even though you didn't go. So now you're just punishing all these people?
My Uncle John was a bit of a bastard as well, but we won't go into that. I don't think you're trained professionals. My mama didn't love me.
All right. This conversation seems to be going in a circle that is fully controlled by this maniac.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. Wait, don't. Shut up. Maybe we should leave him here and just take a further look around. It seems he loves the attention. Let's starve him of it.
And I turn my back to him.
You blink and is in front of you again with his like hands crossed behind his back. Like, you would be onto something if I would ever let you leave.
Is he blocking the doorway?
He's not blocking the doorway, but he's literally already proven that he can just appear on command.
How do you do that?
Well, you take a little bit of cocaine and speed, and then oh, you mean the whippy bit thing? I thought you were just on about my complexion. And he starts stroking his mask.
Can I ask something?
You may ask. If I answer,
How do you know so much about what people fear? You seem to got us all correct.
Well, that's my bread and butter, my friends. My aperitif. My peculiar skill which I was born into this world bearing.
It's cool.
It is, isn't it? But it is also my curse, unfortunately.
I bet you must be so lonely.
I make friends. Or
Really?
nightmares. More than you, elf. You know what you did.
I did nothing.
So, well, when you were all to make friends out, weren't afraid of you?
Where's the fun in that?
Oh, you can find out so much more about a person. And it feels like a real connection.
He once again, like, leans down towards you, Dentai, and goes, but I can see every part of you already. And it's so much more beautiful upon a canvas of the mind.
Have you tried painting?
Only with blood.
Oh, no, you should try and get paint. You never know, you might be able to sell them and make a pretty penny. Very rare skill you have.
You make a point, but majority of my art would be abstract. And just like that Tentai, you can just hear the deafening thunder of hooves all around you.
Sure, people love abstract.
What's abstract?
He clicks his finger and points directly at you, like literally his finger's like a couple of inches away from your nose, Morana. Like, that is a good question. I don't actually know. It just sounds cool. I like using big words. It's very photosynthesis of me.
I don't think he's very intelligent.
I'm just frozen to the spot, still hearing like shaking.
Shut up, elf. You know what you did.
Are there any other chairs in here except the big mare chair?
There's two in front of the desk. So there's like one big one on his side, and there's two on the other side.
I'm going to take a seat, put my feet up, and pull my hat over my eyes and give him no attention and pretend to have a nap. Or actually have a nap, depending if it happens or not.
Well, he's boring. How about we go around the room and share some stories, shall we?
I don't think so. We shared quite enough.
I named a planet.
I know. Lizard Splizzard. Wonderful. Artistic choice. And his chef kisses.
The lizards taste nice. You should visit sometime. Try them out.
Not enough of my... How can I put it? Flavour there.
Fair enough.
But what about Italian? What about those street kids you used to run with? I'm sure they have some flavour to them.
Some of them are a bit scrawny, though.
I know. And he leans in ever so close to you, Morana. Is that why you didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, good to know, good to know. What about you, Rhea? Travelling with the man who confined you? That's a bit of Stockholm Syndrome if I've ever heard it.
One's gotta do what they gotta do to stay alive, you know?
I always thought you were a resourceful elf woman who don't need no man.
She needs people.
If you mean by resourceful, you mean a shut-in? Sure, let's go with that.
Fair enough. But Tentai, how's the stars looking these days?
They've been looking fine.
How's the Temple of the Zodiacs? Oh, of course you don't know. You haven't been there for a while, have you? It could be ruins for all you know now.
Enough.
What's the Temple of the Zodiacs?
It's where I learnt my craft.
Can we go visit? Sounds cool.
I wouldn't. There's a few pillars, some ruins, dust, a few corpses.
Enough.
But isn't that just what all Hako should be? Craters in the ground.
I said enough.
I feel that's how the entire universe feels. I just say it. It's like when life gives you lemons, you make a Hako choke on them. Because they're usually bigger than a Hako.
Well, I'm trying to prove that we're not all the same. Like you wouldn't want me to say all humans, or whatever you are the same. Deranged, lonely, controlling.
Ooh, I like it when they fight back. Enough. How about we go to the war hero? Oh, Kren, oh, Kren, oh, Kren.
Has there been enough time for me to fall asleep?
So actually we're going to do something a little bit funny. So I'm going to say you have ignored him completely and fallen to sleep. and he's now stood over your shoulder. Pretty much, his mask is almost leaning on your shoulder. Do me a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie. It's a shocking low roll of the night. 12.
You begin to drift away and dream. And everything's going fine. You're currently in the cockpit of the Epyon, flying away. Nothing's going wrong. There's no hangars to bump into. It's just open air across a beautiful planet. It's paradise. The sun's shining. You can hear birdsong for some bizarre reason in the cockpit. And then all of a sudden, a lid closes over the top of you, and you're inside a coffin.
No. I'm not dead.
Get away from him.
If I'm still in a dream, I'll try and break my way out of the coffin.
You start breaking, and as you punch through with the coffin, dirt begins to fill into the coffin. Of course, Tentai, you said that, and this figure has like leaned back and held his hands up and goes, "I'll get away from him, but as long as you're in this town, you're mine. So how about we all just get along?"
We'd get along better if you didn't exploit us.
Exploit? Exploit? We all have to eat, my dear. And I'm very, very hungry.
I'll just go back to Kren and try and like rub his shoulder to try and soothe him or something.
Am I awake or not?
I would
Did I wake up from my dream? Or?
I would currently say you're like jerking in your sleep, but as soon as Tentai comes over and like shakes you or like rubs your shoulder, you'd wake up.
Okay, look.
It was just a bad dream. Just a bad dream.
Yeah, you can say that again. All right. So has this little chat helped anybody? Is anybody feeling better about themselves? Are you feeling better, big guy?
Pointing at him.
He bridges his fingers together and like looks at you and like, "It's been a nice appetizer."
Wonderful. I suggest we all go for a walk. See the rest of this town. Hell, if we're gonna stay here, we may as well get accustomed to it, huh?
Wait, we're staying?
Oh. You walk alone. Just the four of us. Don't you agree?
I don't know. You've got another friend on his ship. I haven't yet sampled him. Maybe I'll go see him.
No, you
You-
won't.
You might want to wait till he stops throwing his guts up. It's not very nice.
That's true. But then again, with this mask on, he sort of like gestures to the mask. I don't really need to smell it.
Do you need to see it?
Maybe I'm blind. Ooh. Aren't we all blind on the inside? But until we find God.
You are no god.
Oh no, not me. I'm definitely not a god. Baal is the devil.
So, is that actually his name? Because we missed it before.
Yes, it is. His name is Baal. B-A-L-E.
I mean, I kind of figured, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Well, Bale, I think we just want to have a little look around your town. Why don't you stay here in the mayor's office? Nice and cool in here.
I hate to break this to you, but this is a self-pressurized military drop suit that is self-regulated internal temperature of swish. So I don't really need the air conditioning. but thank you for the concern.
Hmm. You're not gonna let us leave, are you?
Oh no, by all means. And he sort of bows and gestures towards the door. Please enjoy the sights and sounds of my town. I'll be here if you want to speak again, or I'll be watching.
You're not gonna leave them alone, are you, though? All these people you've trapped in this planet.
They could leave whenever they wanted to, if they weren't surrounded by the crippling nightmares of their own morality. Some of them have some very dirty laundry. And I'm not just meaning the sheets on their beds. They haven't been changed in a very long time.
Well, let's have a little walk, shall we?
Happily.
Okay, bye! I'll be here.
Bye, Belle.
Bye. Before you go, Morana. He just makes a little heart symbol with his hands. I heart you.
I make one back. Are we going outside or are we going upstairs to the archives?
I'm assuming we're gonna just leave the room and then talk about what just happened.
Close the door, obviously.
As you slowly close the door, Bale is just there. I'm guessing it's you, Tentai, closing the door.
Yeah, why not?
He's just there, like waving with one hand at you.
I don't even bother to look. I just close the door.
And as the door like clicks, you just hear, "Okay, bye."
I feel like that doesn't make a difference.
No.
Makes me feel a hell of a lot better not having to look at him.
Oh, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted.
But he's
What do you-
shiny.
But he's looking at you right now.
He's got them irisaurs in you.
Well, that's a lot to digest.
I think we should just leave the planet and then tell them, like, it's like got some disease or something and they just need to bomb it from orbit.
Before we go any further, I just want to quickly say, Tyne, that meme that you posted in Requiem of the Void in the little chat thing is bloody amazing. Hands, face, spice.
Spice!
Spice. Sorry.
I don't think Bale wants us to leave.
And I don't want to get into the sick either. I think we're going to have to take matters into our own hands.
He's hungry.
Tentai woke up this morning and chose violence.
To be honest, Rhea, you had me on side about just leaving and telling the council about it, but if this man's been making this entire colony suffer for God knows how long.
5 years, he says.
Ah, yeah, he also said 3 days, 8 days, who gives a crap, really? Too long. Half a man just to punch that crack in his mask and see what happens.
He went too far when he was on about my school.
Thingy of the Zodiacs. That sounds cool.
This is only our second mission. We were told no killing.
True.
It's see if we can find anything else.
That'll
Something,
get us as,
anything.
that'll get off as soon as we can.
Let's check upstairs. Maybe there's something in the archives. Maybe just a record of when this guy showed up. Anything?
Yeah.
And Kren will start walking up the stairs towards where the archive sign is pointing to.
So
I'll just take a deep.
yeah, there's no signs. You can just see it upstairs. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just set up there.
So
Wait for me. I'm
so-
good with books.
Tentai, what were you gonna? Okay, they're not books, but Tentai, what were you saying?
I was just going to say I'm taking deep breaths to try and calm down after that encounter.
So you get upstairs, and essentially they are separate terminals, but they're all like laid together like they would be bookshelves, and each has like a separate screen. They're all individual. Like I was saying previously, a lot of computer systems are not linked together to stop AI taking over everything. And if one thing wipes, then at least everything else is fine. So each one is individual, but it deals with a specific section of the town. So there is the medical journals, what you can read. Majority of it is like redacted. Water, crops, imports, exports, residents, livestock, things like that. It's all very boring. Majority of it.
Think there's something in medical? Like if they treated somebody?
Yeah, well, he said he landed from an escape pod or something and was refused treatment or something like that. Maybe he'll be in medical, maybe.
Or might be. Oh, I'm just trying to think of the other category you might be in. Well, is there like any imports and outports? That might have it in.
What you mean, like new arrivals and departures?
Yeah.
Residents might have something in, because that would be like a record of anybody who's been in the town or like stayed here for an extended period of time.
Right. If you want to check medicals, I'll try and check residents.
Yeah, sure, I'll take a look.
Ria, what would you like to do?
I will be a supervisor and tell them they're all doing it wrong or something.
Morana, what would you like to do?
Take a deep sigh, sit on the floor, and then place snake on my gauntlet.
So the three of you, Tentai, Rhea, and Kren, you start looking through the journals and everything, and it's a very tedious progress because you don't actually know what you're looking for, other than a reference to somebody called Bale, but you don't have his full name. You don't know if that's his real name. So you are needle and haystacking it. Morana, you are currently playing on your little gauntlet, and then all of a sudden, Bale is next to you, cross-legged on the floor, watching you play on the little thing. He's like, "What should I score?"
Whatever that number says there.
Cool.
Do you want to go?
Shit, yeah. And he starts playing it on your wrist. The other three of you, you don't see him there.
Marana, who you talking to?
My friend.
That's not unsettling at all.
Who's your friend, Moana? We don't see anyone there.
What?
You know, I'll say your passive perception, you heard her speak. Sorry, carry on, Morana.
But I see him. He's doing better than me as well.
Shit, here I am.
Alright, we need to get off as quicker than later.
So, Tentai, roll me a... where's my sheet gone? Investigation, please. Ooh, okay.
22.
So, there is a record, and it seems that it was redacted. Like, there's bits of it have been redacted, but it makes reference to a ship landing, taking on supplies, and then taking off. It then states that the ship, attempting to leave the atmosphere, tore itself apart, and all the crew was lost. That was about 5 years ago.
Okay, I found something odd that happened 5 years ago. I'll relay the information saying about how the ship tore itself apart and stuff.
Well, that's weird. I don't think I've heard of a ship doing that before.
Kren, were you checking the medical stuff?
Yee.
Could you roll me an investigation check as well, please?
Okie dokie.
And you know what? I will let you have advantage as Rhea supervises you from behind.
Good, thank you, because I rolled a 7. Not much better. 12, because I don't have a plus in or anything.
That's
Maybe
alright.
I should have been doing it because I'm proficient in this.
You said,
Yeah,
yeah, you
you
probably
said
should
you
have,
would, but
yeah.
then you just said you were just going to stand there and watch.
Yeah, you're not doing a good enough job. I could do better than that. Well, do it! But yeah, no, 12's fine. You notice that there's a number of reports starting about 3 years ago of this hysteria, like people reporting dizziness, nausea, and hallucinations. But the medical records, as majority of the records, cut off about a year ago. With whatever you look at, about a year ago they just ceased completely.
All right. So you said that ship's tore itself apart 5 years ago?
Yep.
Well, all these things I'm finding here over the last 4 years, the last year or so is just nothing, but there's a 3-year period of these reports of hysteria, madness, hallucinations, all that kind of stuff. Sounds like what's going on with us, or at least starting.
Must have started, got a hold quick in the fourth year. Record stuff on my end too. I really think we should.
What confuses me is that if with the crash happened 5 years ago and these are only going back 4 years, that's an entire year of nothing.
You seen the town?
No, I mean, like the ship tore itself apart, then a year later, weird stuff started happening.
Must have taken him a year to get back to health.
Maybe. All right. Well, that's all I've found so far.
Morana.
Yep.
As you are taking turns playing Snake with Bale currently, he sort of like goes, "Your friends usually this much for like busybodies."
Yeah, they can be. I mean, they fly the ship and stuff.
But do they go on like spooky adventures and like demask people? Because I'm wearing a mask and I like to keep it on.
We haven't demasked anyone, no?
Good. Good, they haven't Scooby-Dooed it yet. Awesome.
Marana, what's this about masks now? You just keep bringing out these random sentences for no reason.
Tell him
I'm
he
just playing a
smells.
game. No, that's mean. I'm not gonna say that.
Tell him
He might-
Tell him he lied about his beard. It's not that cool.
Maybe later.
What's he hiding under there? Another fist.
Another hat.
A chin hat. Does it have a strap? Is it a strap-on chin hat? I want a strap-on chin hat.
They just taken hold of one of the crew. We need to get back.
Do you... Maybe if we head back to the ship and test this theory that we're stuck here.
Hmm.
I mean, we have nothing to lose, I guess.
Could be all talk. He seems to like that, at least. So maybe we get on the ship, make an attempt, see what happens. If we're stuck here, then yeah, we gotta figure this crap out. If we can leave, we can think about it up there without him in our heads.
Hopefully.
I'm just gonna like side whisper to Bale. Hey, if we try and leave, will our ship blow up too?
Did anybody on this planet work on it? Like any engineers on this planet? Because take it from experience, they're really bad.
No, I don't think it was anyone from here. It was some really big blue goat dude.
Sounds like you need to see a doctor about that.
Probably. He was a bit grumpy.
Aren't we all at times? Aren't we all? But no, yeah, no, you should be fine. If you're asking if I'm going to blow up your ship, then no, you're fine. It's not my style.
Okay.
Not my style. Not my style. Do you know what is my style? Quiz shows. Do you like?
Oh,
Do you like quiz
I-
shows?
I think I'd be really bad. I've
What?
never watched one.
What if I told you you can eat the audience?
Is that the reward?
Could be.
Only if they're tasty.
Points means prizes. Points mean prizes. And he continues playing Snake on your little gauntlet.
Well, even if we are stuck here, do we have facilities to send an SOS?
Are you asking in general or are you actually asking me directly?
I was asking general, but it might turn to you if we don't have answers.
So I'm just going to quickly tell you out of context. So there is a spaceport here. It was literally used for the refinery and the ship relaying information to other stations and other ships in orbit. So it does have long-range capabilities.
We could try and send an SOS off. Hopefully they pick it up, figure out what's going on, send other people that might be able to deal with it if we aren't.
Got a nuke from
Yeah.
orbit. That's the only way to be sure. Sorry.
The only thing that I worry about is that we're just bringing more people here to get trapped.
True. So I think I have two options. It's either leave and tell people just avoid or nuke it, or we try and deal with it and free them.
How about this? We try, get to the ship, try and take off, see what happens. On the way we hit the spaceport, we don't send out an SOS, we send out a warning to stay away. So he doesn't
like
get
a plan.
anybody else here. And then we'll play it by there. See what happens next.
Okay. Do you think?
Yeah.
Rhea just in the background going, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
If that sounds good to you guys.
I mean, if no one else comes here and he's eating them, he's gonna just get hungry. I probably
And hopefully starve.
exactly big brain.
So the rest of you can't hear this, but Bale leans into Morana and goes, your friends are really short-sighted.
I mean, I haven't really noticed, but sure, I'll take your word for it.
Okay. That's good. I like you. We could be friends.
Yay!
You alright there, Moana?
Yeah.
To be honest, to the rest of you, you were going, yeah, let's get out of here, and she's just there going, yay! So you just think she's agreeing with you.
Okay. I guess that's the plan.
All right. Morana, come on, we're heading out.
Okay. Bye.
Bye! See you soon.
Okay.
Are you not coming with us?
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, Morana's following.
No, she said bye, and I'm assuming she's saying bye to us.
So going downstairs and out the front door?
Yeah.
Who's opening the door?
I've opened enough doors.
Doesn't it open automatically?
I'm going to say it doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't now, because it opens automatically when you approached it, but on the inside, I think because you're entering a hostile environment, it's waiting for you to press the button to go out.
All right, I'll press.
Just so you're already wearing your respirators.
Okie dokie.
So you press the button and there is a warning going, please be aware, wear your respirators. And then it asks you to confirm by pressing again.
I'll look around to make sure everyone has the respirators on.
Yep, mine's on.
Yes.
I press it again.
The doors slide open. Dun, 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 and you all stumble forward onto a game show floor, and there is bright lights, confetti everywhere, and there is Bale in a tuxedo with his mask on still, and he's got like cards, and he's waving to an audience that you can't see, and there's confettis and lights, and there's sound going on everywhere, and you're all stumbling forward, extremely confused what's going on, because you're in a studio now, you're not outside. There is a few stands and pews full of these very disheveled looking human beings that look more like zombies than anything else, all equally confused as to why they're there. And you're stumbling forward, and Bale's like, and our contestants have finally arrived. Good times, good times. You join us for the quiz of their lives. And we're gonna
I
call
wish I'd crashed the ship.
and we're gonna call it there.
No. Oh, you are too good at cliffhangers. You know that?
Honestly, I'm so glad you walked outside. Well, I didn't want to leave it last week when you just met Geist as well, but yeah, I think this was a perfect time to leave it just as you walked into. He's queuing it. If you've ever watched Star Trek, he's just queuing it now.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
But
That's gone.
sorry, Cherry, what was that?
That's gone straight over my head.
Have you watched Supernatural?
No.
Oh, it's also like an episode of Supernatural.
So in the very first episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, they come across this being, which is essentially a god, really, because it can just bend space and reality to its own will, and it transports the bridge crew essentially to an alternate reality to put them on trial. Essentially, it can do whatever it wants, and it has no recourse. There's like no way of stopping it. does what it wants, and it knows it can get away with it. So Bale currently is putting you on a quiz show because he thinks it's hilarious, and because he thinks that you can't stop it.
Right, okay.
It would be a lot easier for you to like watch episode 1 of the Next Generation than me explain it, really.
Yeah.
But thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody from the chat have any questions? I'm happy to answer. Yeah, the Loki episode in Supernatural, yes, it is very much like that as well. Although I didn't actually plan this, I have to do a lot of planning for next week just to make this work.
If you don't like just pull out an actual board game and just use the questions on it, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, but I'll have to make him like creepy.
Yeah, he already knows quite a bit about us, and I don't like that.
Hey kids, guess who's got your backstories? That's right, it was me! Nutcracker!
I don't have a backstory.
Yeah, you do.
I made it up. It's not true.
You mean you made up your D&D character's backstory like everybody ever did?
Yes.
Cool.
You mean you weren't kidnapped?
No, he was really the kidnapper. Why do you think Ivaran's
Yeah.
dead so he can never speak the truth? Do you know, actually, as much as I love Andreas, I'm glad he wasn't here for this session because I feel like he would have just shot Bale in the face.
I was like a hair away from punching him.
I was getting there when he was messing on with my school, saying that was ruins. I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
When I was dreaming and he started to mess with me, I was half just gonna like wake myself up and punch the first thing I saw, which was hopefully him.
I was going to say, he'd backed off by that point, it would have been 10 times.
He would have punched me.
Fight or flight! Fight or flight!
Yeah, it'd be fine either way.
I'm getting very fatty. But yeah, any other questions, guys? Or anything you'd like to put input?
No.
Thanks, Jerry.
I think I'm good. I think I got it all.
Good stuff. Jerry, it's always a pleasure. I'm always so glad that you're here. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot my question.
I do find it quite funny where we're like, here's your things that you're scared of, and Ray was very deadpan about the entire thing. Like, oh, I'm terrified of this, but I guess it's all right.
It's fine. She wouldn't have done anything if she was bound. Oh no, your friend's in danger. Yeah, but I'm stuck on the floor. I ain't doing shit. More subtle.
It's just an excuse to be lazy.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's like a phobia, really, is it? Oh no, I'm so scared. I guess I'll just lie down here and go to sleep.
I have a fun idea about my phobia, actually.
Don't go kinky.
Well, I was just gonna say, it's like, if I ever get grappled or restrained, I pass a wisdom save, or I become paralyzed instead.
Which you're immune to because you're wearing the gauntlets.
Well, it's mental, so
Yeah.
it's kind of different.
But no, as soon as you said that, whenever I'm grappled, and immediately I just went to that Darth Vader meme where it's just like, harder, daddy. What?
You know, spicing it up.
But yeah, it's been a good session. If anybody else would like to ask anything before we sign off, or would like to promote what they're doing themselves,
I might be making a top tomorrow. So,
Ooh.
I got it all cut out. I'm just trying to put it together.
Sounds cool.
What time?
Well, I'm working from home, so I'm gonna work until about 2:30ish. So I might start at like 3.
Yeah, I'll still be at work, unfortunately, at that time.
Yeah, I'll be out. I might have to catch it later.
Oh, I'm sorry. It'll
Pop,
take a while. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, we can pop in if you're still going. If Mass Effect is downloaded by then, I'm going to start doing my long-ass streams of Mass Effect. Because
yay!
Nice.
there is a lot of Mass Effect to get through.
Woohoo.
Paul, are you doing anything?
I am streaming tomorrow at about 8 o'clock, 8:30. But I don't know what I'm streaming at. Because I hit 200 followers, so I don't know whether I should do a 200 follower special thing or just carry on as normal. So
Oh
I
my
don't sure
god,
yet.
congrats!
Thank you. It just happened randomly out of nowhere. So I wasn't very prepared for it. So I don't know what I'm doing for it tomorrow. But we'll see.
But yeah, I think that's it, really, isn't it? If nobody else has got anything else to ask, but thank you for joining us for this stream. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much, guys, and
Yay!
bye.
Bye-bye!
Bye!